the Roblox community handles drama terribly. You know, I've had this video sitting in the back of my mind for a long time, really wanting to bring my opinion about this kind of stuff, but, you know, after the last situation especially, you know, the whole Shaynor situation that went down a couple days ago, I think that these points that I'm about to make are a bit more valid than ever. When you're done watching this video, I would appreciate for you, the viewer, to let me know what you think about the points that I'm gonna make in this video down below in the comment section. I've really been thinking about this for a while, and I think I really just need to get this out of the way. I also would strongly appreciate a like on this video because I'm putting a lot of genuine thought and critique into this so people can know about it and so it gets around on how to handle these situations in the future. Like, for the first point, I think that Roblox has one of the most dramatic communities I've ever seen in any form of gaming. Like, have you ever heard of drama in the Minecraft community? No, everyone's sitting there building stuff, okay? Unless you're this guy, though. Look, I've been involved in my fair share of Roblox drama, and I certainly am not a saint regarding anything, but I think there needs to be a fair level of ground on how we handle these situations as a community, because if we just rapidly call people out without any context regarding some of the things, it can result in some very damaging results, and that's why I really want to, like, express this concern in this video. The one that really made me irritated, though, was the recent one, obviously, which was the Shaynor situation. Shay got called out on Twitter for a tweet that he made on his private account, which was, pretty terrible, showing it right here on the screen. I do think he had a right to be called out for it, but for the public scale that it was, I don't think so. Was it something that was terrible to joke about? Yes. Absolutely. Did it look awful to tweet, and did it look terrible in Shay's name? Yes, absolutely. But the one thing that people fail to do in this situation, regardless of their negative condescension towards this tweet or their wrong feelings towards it, they failed to ask for context behind the tweets. I understand that you definitely would like to call somebody out for this, and if somebody jokes about something regarding something that I personally find very disgusting, I don't blame people for having that type of mentality. But what I do, at least from a critic standpoint, and somebody that tries to be the most unbiased that I possibly can regarding every situation, I still would have DM'd Shay and asked him for context if I was the one that was cracking down on this situation. And when you're calling somebody out or trying to have any sort of, like, moral high ground on top of somebody, context is so unbelievably important because it's so easy to take something out of context to make somebody look bad. It turned out that this tweet, once again, was actually just a very twisted and dark joke. Do I agree with joking about these type of topics? Absolutely not. But once again, humor does have no limits, and I strongly believe in comedy having no boundaries. I am not trying to lighten up what Shay said. It was a very twisted and awful thing to say, but once again, I mean, freedom of speech exists. You're allowed to joke about whatever you want. And of course, once everyone started getting these tweets around on Twitter, Little Stray made this gigantic post on Twitter talking about how Shay was making these sort of tweets and obviously villainizing him in this situation. And once again, I don't blame her for thinking these tweets were terrible, but, like, she failed in this situation just like everybody else because she could have easily prevented all of this just by private messaging one of Shay's friends or Shay in general and asking the context behind this. Was this a serious tweet? Was this just a joke? You know, I mean, there's multiple different answers that could have been in this situation. The reason why I feel so strongly about this, especially in this situation, is the fact that Shay is only 16. I don't necessarily have it sit well with me as an adult. I'm gonna be 21 in December. It doesn't particularly sit well with me to have an entire community gang up and round up on a 16-year-old for tweets that could absolutely be out of context. Now, this situation blew up way harder than it needed to the point where I had to make my own video about it because a big Twitter account, two of which I will not name because, like, you know, it talks about some very dark topics, but they're very known for exposing people that do harm to children and animals. And this big Twitter account was sent all of this evidence towards Shay, this out-of-context evidence, and they blew it up on Twitter, thus making an entire community on Twitter, people not even related to Roblox, to attack this 16-year-old for something that they don't even know the story behind or the context at all. And then, of course, along with this big blow-up post, people then were dropping Shay's Twitter handle so that other people can go attack him as well. This no longer was a situation about trying to find out or to actually bring justice to somebody. This was about tearing somebody down at this point. And when drama is about tearing somebody down instead of trying to find resolution or trying to bring actual truth towards somebody, that is when drama is bad and unnecessary, and it starts toxicity that is unneeded. You know, when I've made videos on drama in the past, there's always a reason behind it. Somebody's clickbaiting. Somebody is using somebody else's content for their own personal profit. Somebody is literally using the platform to prey on minors. You know, valid reasons to call somebody out and bring it to light in justice. Now, I do personally believe that in the past, I absolutely am not a saint to Roblox drama, and that I have handled situations very poorly and immaturely. Like, any stuff regarding lit candles, I think I handled awfully, and I have to understand my shortcomings as a YouTuber and realize that I was incredibly immature with that, and I apologized to lit candles a very long time ago because I was stupid in those situations. That's just how it was. And throughout all recent videos that I have done regarding talking about Roblox drama or giving my own personal stance towards it, I've at least done the benefit of the doubt to make sure that all of the information that I am going to talk about or share is accurate to the world to present it to. But like, when you're actually trying to resolve a situation or figure out the information behind it, you have to look through all of the stuff that you have gathered in a concise manner and make sure that it all adds up to be a valid reason to call somebody out for it. And not just for the sake of tearing somebody down or to get some extra Twitter points. There needs to be a valid reason to give exposure to somebody's wrongdoings. And that's how I personally feel about this all. Like, 90% of these Roblox drama situations can easily and simply be prevented by just asking questions, getting context to situations, trying to understand things a little bit better, and not just take screenshots and just, you know, try to make somebody look bad. It may look terrible, but the realistic result might be completely different from what you actually think. I still definitely struggle with this, and I'm easy to jump on the bomb mentality or the bandwagon to hate on somebody if somebody is getting called out because it's a fun thing for people to do. Bandwagons are fun if you're not the person that's getting called out, but I think, genuinely, I've taken this into heart after all of these drama situations to note to myself to please at least ask more questions regarding anything that happens in the future. The real cherry on the cake for this one, and to really prove my point throughout everything, when Ben Simon was exposing Mr. Obvious, one of the most popular videos to ever come out exposing somebody on Roblox ever, he still, regardless of his intentions, or regardless of his opinion on Mr. Obvious, he still went out of his way to direct message Mr. Obvious to try to find out answers and context behind everything that people have sent him. That's it. It's not that difficult to do. And you know, when I was cracking down on the whole Cherry Paul situation, thanks to the help of multiple different YouTubers, I still direct messaged Cherry Paul and asked him questions regarding everything. And he would constantly give me answers, fake answers, saying that he's changing as a person or trying to become better. You know, it's asking questions, figuring out information. It is so important to do. It is not winning if Shay is publicly called out on a Twitter account that has absolutely no idea about any of the story behind any of the tweets that he's made whatsoever. That is not a win at all. That is simply just showing that this community is incapable of resolving situations in a more mature and professional manner. I really wanted to make this video because that whole thing made me incredibly uncomfortable now re-looking at that and just checking over everything, because Shay is still a minor. He's still 16 years old, and when you're young, you say a lot of stupid stuff. You say a lot of things that you'll generally regret. I don't think it was right for people to send this to Twitter accounts, for people to publicly beat up this kid just for something that he said that people don't even know the context to, if that makes sense. So I think as a community, we really need to understand and try to figure out how to resolve situations of problematic individuals in a much more mature and a much more organized fashion, you know? I really hope that I do not have the unpopular opinion here today for this video, because I've really put a lot of thought into this to really get this out there and truly get this out of my system. So like I asked you in the beginning of this video, make sure to let me know what you think about this down below in the comment section. Do you think that I'm right? Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you have any other sort of differentiating opinion regarding any of this? Let me know. I really want to see some discussion go on about this down below in the comments. Let's hope that something like this really never happens ever again on Roblox. But if you enjoyed enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like on this video, and also consider subscribing because I make daily Roblox content, and as per usual, folks, I will see you tomorrow yet again with another Roblox video tomorrow. But until next time, I'm Kaneko Kitten, and I will see you tomorrow in the next Roblox video as per usual. Till later, peace.